Michael Logan from the Bureau of Meteorology. 2 days out from the race, you've given us two lots of scenarios now. How many more are we going to get before the race starts?
Oh no, that scenario for the first particularly 12 to 24 hours is pretty settled, so it really does look like the race will start in building northeasterly winds, and then the first evening the fleet's going to get hit by what will be very gusty southerly change, 25 to 35 knots, and that's going to make for some quite rough conditions, particularly on that first night of the race. Now, as we head beyond that, what's going to be crucial is how fast those winds actually begin to moderate, particularly Sunday and then into Monday. So conditions will start to be, there'll be gale warnings out for that first night, and then conditions will moderate beyond that, and then it's just a matter how light the winds get, particularly as the boats get right across Bass Strait and down into
Ken, it's been 12 months since you were here last.
Yeah.
Bit of deja vu as far as that weather forecast is concerned?
Unfortunately, a little bit of deja vu, but I'm a firm believer that I haven't even really studied the forecast yet. I think what the internet hype that's been created for the past week is great for everybody else, but I have kind of refused to get caught up in it, and I'll start looking at it with Stan tonight, probably 36 hours out. And really the only reason we look at the weather is to make some final sale calls. What are we going to do for spare parts? Sometimes if it's a really light forecast, we might even drop some crew. So it's really the weather's going to be, it is what it is. I saw Ian Murray said, he thought we should postpone in that big breeze the other day. I think we should postpone now because I hear it's going to be too light. So we should wait for a little more weather.
Well, there's got to be two ways to it, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, all these business has been talking about all these modifications you've done to the boat.
Yeah.
What exactly have you done?
The boat is lighter, it's deeper, it's got a different bulb, it's got more water ballast, it's got more rake, it's got improved sails, lighter, stiffer, hopefully faster, and what we've really tried to do is tick the boxes to not slow it down in another box. So it's one thing to make it faster here, but can we do that with avoiding getting slower there? And for sure, the Achilles heel of this boat is the lighter the breeze, the tougher it is, and we've tried to lighten the boat as much as we possibly can, keep the riding moment, and so not to give up the breezier stuff. And so far, so good. Feels good. Boat feels great.
Mate, you've got the record between the starting line and the buoy in the middle of the heads, 4 minutes 35.
Yeah.
We had one take of that last year, which is sensational to look at again and again on YouTube.
Yep.
Can we rate this record? Can you do it on?
No, I think it's going to be the wrong wind direction, unfortunately. I don't know if we could get down the harbor faster than we did last year. It was the right sails, there was the right angle, breeze stayed in the whole time, never got light. That was fun, but I tell you what, that was fun, but let's now add on the other 625 miles or whatever it is to let's continue on. It's one thing to have the record in the harbor, but let's start looking further down the road towards the Tasmania.
So you're all geared up with all your sails, etc.?
Yeah, we're ready to go. The guys are doing some last-minute checks today. We've been sailing just about every day for the last 6-7 days here. But we have an amazing shore team that takes care of this boat. Tim Hackett, Casey Smith, and their whole team. So we're very comfortable with our boat, with our surroundings. It's pretty much almost identical crew from what we had last time. We've had the same people right through the year. So yeah, you asked me what else would you do, and I honestly don't know. I think we're as prepared as we ever will be. We just need the weather to cooperate.
You broke the record, didn't you, for the distance sailed in 24 hours?
Correct.
What was the average speed during that time?
It was 26 and a half.
26
and that wasn't even, if we could have hardened up 10 degrees, we were racing, so it was kind of VMG running in 25, 30 knots of breeze. So this boat can do,
what was your top speed?
I think it was 35, 36 or something like that, and it wasn't that windy and it wasn't that crazy. It was just kind of sailing, and that's what this boat can do. Give it a chance, and this boat can do special things, which is what makes it so fun to sail. It's just a big dinghy, and last time when we were here, we were pretty intimidated by this new creation, and I think the difference is after a year under our belt, we treat it just like another boat. It's like going and sailing your laser off the dock and on a Tuesday night.
So it's more familiar now, yeah.
Oh yeah, and we trust the boat, and I think the boat trusts us a little bit more, and hopefully weather cooperating, we can do some good things.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Eric de Turckheim is from Switzerland, and he's in the race this year. And his boat's 2 days to go. It's in the water at the CYC, but it doesn't have a mast.
That's correct, yes. We broke, a couple of days ago, we broke a hook at the top of the mast, and which teared a little bit the top of the mast. It's being repaired at the moment, and will be probably with the mast on the boat this afternoon around 5 o'clock.
So Eric, what happens after you finish the Hobart race? Where are you off to then?
Well, after the Hobart race, I'll be going down to the Great Barrier Reef, where I have a cruising boat, a 90 feet reinforced aluminium boat, designed by Michel Joubert, who is the co-architect with Bernard Nivelt. And it was another of my dream was to originally build a boat to go down to Antarctica with 2 dinghies on the deck and do a regatta with the 2 dinghies in Antarctica. And we did it.
You did?
We did it.
When did you do that?
That was 2 years ago.
Magnificent.
2013.
What did you call the regatta?
Oh, it was just with a friend, a friend of mine. We dropped, and there was not a lot of wind, and they had plenty of little ice cube all over. So we were sort of racing, bang, bang, bang. It was so funny, but it was great to do.
Yeah.
So. Getting worried about leopard seal getting on the dinghy. So so
Whales
it's
broaching.
So it's with that boat we've gone down to the Falklands twice, to Patagonia, Antarctica, then went up all the way up to Alaska, down, and now we're doing a big tour of the Pacific before going back to Antarctica at some point. And
You're going back down there, are you?
Maybe 2018 or something like that. So
no.
Keep going.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So now you're up in the Barrier Reef.
Yeah.
So what, you'll just sort of rock around there for a while?
Yes, just rock around there for 10 days or so before going back.
Oh, you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Have a great trip.
Thank you.
We are 14 people on board. We are fast, but it's a big multi-hull sailing boat.
Dingue, pas un avion, on s'y va, de se dire, waouh, on n'est pas tout seul. Donc ça veut dire que la Terre est pas loin. Faro Capo, Spindrift, do you copy?
On va enlever la sécu.
terre, on a vu toute l'arrivée, on a les albatros autour de nous, des oiseaux. De voir ce cap dans ces conditions, c'est un beau cadeau.
Mais c'est génial, franchement, c'est passer le jour comme ça, lever du jour, grand ciel bleu, l'équipe est sur le pont, tout le monde est ravi. Heureux, un petit peu chamboulé parce que c'est sympa de passer quelque chose qu'on attend depuis longtemps. Et puis on va faire ça avec les copains, c'est encore mieux.
C'est vraiment la porte de sortie, là on voit que tout l'équipage est sorti, tout l'équipage est heureux, ce matin tout le monde rigolait dans le bateau.
C'était vraiment un rêve de faire ça et depuis de nombreuses années, donc depuis Ouessant et on n'a pas vu le temps passer, donc c'est top. C'est magique.
At the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia is Jeremie Boyou from Maitre, the IMOCA 60, which is in the Vendee Globe this year. The IMOCA 60s, they're having a little bit of a bad time, aren't they? They're busting a few boats.
Yeah, bad time on the last Transat Jacques Vabre, but they are brand new. They are quite new stuffs on it. I mean, like the foils, and well, they still have 1 year to tune the boat and to reinforce it. So I'm not very worried for them. And I think these new boats with the foils are the solution for to win the next Vendee. So that's why we are doing it on Maitre on the months that are coming.
So how far down the track are you with Maitre?
Sorry?
How far down the track, how far into the project are you for this boat?
We had to stop the Transat Jacques Vabre, so we put the boat back in the shipyard at the beginning of at the end of November, and we start working on the foil design since 6 months now. We are working with Nicole Roy, who was working for Team New Zealand, and now he's working for Team Japan.
Yeah.
And Nicole Roy and Pure Engineering in Auckland are in charge of the foil design instructor, and HDS and CDK are in charge of design of the new structure of the boat on the build of the cases on the structure. So it's quite an international team, and now we are just finishing the destroyment inside the boat. So I mean the old cases, old canard cases, and all will be finished, I hope, at the end of March.
Will it make much difference to the weight of the boat? Are you putting extra weight into it or extra?
Yeah, a bit of weight because a normal dagger board is about 60 kilos, and with the foil we will be around 80 or 90 kilos per foil. And after cases a bit heavier, and we have to reinforce the boat. So we are calculating now. So I hope the boat will take less than 200 kilos. That will be great.
What did you in the Jacques Vabre? What happened? What?
Well, we just broke the principal forestay. So it's a mechanic part, and we have a stiff carbon stay. So when he dropped on the deck, it just broke in two parts. And after we didn't have the spare stay and the spare furlers, and we didn't have time to to fix it all, and due to the weather condition, we preferred stop and go back to the yard and start the new project.
Was it so many boats had to pull out? You know, it was just amazing. You know, but only one was left.
Why so many boats?
Yeah, why?
That's what I think. It's the new rules are very restrictive for the new boats. So they are due to the standard keel, standard mast, and standard ram system. They have boats that are quite heavy, and I think they designed the boat not really around the foils. They designed foils, but they didn't design the hull around the foils. The boat are still wide, and so that make them be quite heavy, and so they try to make it lighter by building a light structure. So the structure is too light. The boat are quite the hull are quite in a huge shape. So the slamming is very important. The speed is going up, and the slamming is very, very important, and the structure is not enough strong. So that's why it break. I think with the foils it's a different way to sail. Yeah. At one moment you have to slow down. You have to put the foil up, and it's like sailing in multi-hull. Exactly the same thing. So once we will have find the way to trim, the great tuning on the boat, and once we will have reinforced the boat, I think it will be okay.
And are you happy about the Vendee this year? About your chances?
I always say that allowing the foils on the IMOCA rule was a bad decision. But now, 2 years ago, we decided it's okay. So
I paid $8 to
so I had to find the money to make it on my boat. And I'm happy I found the money, and I am happy I have the time to build it, because I think without the foils you can't win the Vendee Globe. So after it's always about finishing first. But if you have 7 boats with this kind of dagger foils, I think in these 7, the 7 won't break. So. You have to be equipped with that.
You have to be with them, don't you? Yes.
Sorry?
You have to be with them.
Yeah. And I think once you are in the Great South, you sail like a normal boat. You don't put the foil down, and you try to sail VMG and. But you have to enter in the first one at the end of the Atlantic. So to be in the first group at the beginning of Indian Ocean, you have to be very quick. So and it's broad reaching. So it's really the angle where the foils are really speed.